What's up, guys? Today we're going to be unboxing the Galaxy S24. Let's go ahead and get this out of the box. I wanted to go ahead and get this one for my guys who want to upgrade but you don't quite want to move to a big phone. So a lot of you guys who still carry around the S10e, S9, the S20 FE, you might not want to go to a big phone. So I think this would be good for comparisons as well too. The S24, been hearing a lot of good things about this phone. You guys can hear my cat in the background. But let's get this out of the box if I can. I went with this purple color, which looks pretty sweet, man. It looks sweet in person. Almost kind of blue though. Oh yeah, I'm really digging this. Wow. Let's get that plastic off. Man, if you're thinking about getting the purple color, I would say go ahead and get it, because that's nice. That is a beautiful color. This can't be like straight purple. It's got to be a name for it. Hold on, let me see. It is. Oh, this is a violet color. Is this? Like, what is this? All right, I'll have to look it up. But yeah, so beautiful phone. This one feels way more boxier. Like, whoa, what is going on here? It feels like an iPhone from the side. Oh no. Yeah, nah. I mean, it's still got that curve to it, but this is way more sharp. It feels just like an iPhone. Like, what was it? 13? We have any juice in here? Yeah, it's not charged. Alright, so I gotta charge it up. Beautiful color on here though, guys. So let me charge this up and get it set up here. Alright guys, we are all set up here, and I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a little size comparison here so you guys can see the difference between the S24 models here. You can see it is much smaller and much easier to hold as well. Like I said, they went with this boxier shape, which feels okay now that I've given it a little bit of time. But yeah, so I want to go ahead and talk about the display on here. Because it's just really comfortable to hold, guys. I mean, it's so much more comfortable to hold than the S24. And I think I'm going to do a comparison for people who really are deciding between if they think they want a small or a big phone. But beautiful panel on here. It is a 6.2 inch display. It's also dynamic LTPO AMOLED. It's a HDR10 plus with 2600 nits peak brightness. So it's a really bright display as well too in direct sunlight. I was really impressed by that. It's 1080p as well, 416 for the PPI. So it's a beautiful panel. Now I know that some of my older Galaxy users are probably like, well, can you notice the resolution drops if you're coming from like an S10, S20 or something like that? No, the display still looks really good, and that's something I would have to put side by side. But just like looking at it now, it really still looks super sharp and super clear as well too. The panel is completely flat as well. So that's something that we're going to get into those comparisons, but I think the panel still looks good here at 1080p. And again, the PPI is pretty high as well too, but we'll load up some 1440p content so we can see that. Alright, so this phone does have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, and these are the Geekbench scores, and you guys can see I got a much higher score than on my S24, so I wonder what's up with that. But you guys can see the Geekbench scores here, just, completely crazy scores. And the reason why these small phones are so awesome now is because of how power efficient they are. The battery life on this phone, I can already tell, just like been using it. It's going to be a beast, guys. Battery life is going to be fantastic on here. But as far as speed, there is no sense of like slowness or glitches or anything like that. I haven't updated it to the One UI 6.1 yet. I'm still looking for bugs on the S24. But yeah, this thing is blazing fast, and it has all of the same AI features as well too that you would come to know and love here. And you have to sign into Samsung's account to access those. But yeah, so I really like that, and I think the search is on by default. Yeah, that's on by default. You don't have to sign into Samsung to do that. But yeah, Absolutely powerful phone. You get access to the same AI features. The only thing you're missing, of course, is the S Pen support. So as far as the gaming experience goes as well, it's still pretty good on here. We got PUBG at 90 frames, and of course it's the latest flagship. It's going to be able to play anything. But what I like about the gaming experience on here is if you don't want to play on a big screen, then this is just a really good option as well. It's, I think, more comfortable to hold and like to hit buttons and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's why I really like it. Like I said, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 128 gigs of internal storage and 8 gigs of RAM, only base model, which I really think they should start to get rid of these 8 gig of RAM models on these flagship phones. I think the standard should be 256, or not the 128 gigs of storage. The standard should be 256. And I'm okay with the 8 gigs of RAM, but I really think for storage, just because of how the video resolution is, a lot of people are going to be recording high resolutions and stuff like that. So, you know, I just, you know, people download more content as well too. So I just never been a fan of 128 on these premium phones. But as far as gaming performance, it's going to be awesome. So far, this phone has not really heated up or gotten warmer or super warm and stuff like that. So I'm really impressed with the gaming performance. And yeah, this is what I would prefer to like game on. It's just more comfortable to me. This phone does have stereo speakers. They sound pretty good, pretty loud. I'm not sure if they sound exactly as loud as the S24 Ultra. We're going to do a comparison so we can see. But they sound really good for the size of this device. Good amount of bass, really good clarity from the top speaker and bottom speaker. Overall, very happy with speaker quality. Of course, you do have our ultrasonic fingerprint scanner on here, which works perfectly well. You can also use Face Unlock. Is on board here. Now I was playing around with the cameras a little bit, and like I said, it looks pretty much on par with the S24 as far as the image quality. I think it looks really good. Of course, the only thing you're going to be lacking on here is the crazy amount of zoom quality, but if you're not taking a lot of zoom shots and stuff like that, this phone is perfectly fine. It's a 50 megapixel standard, 10 megapixel telephoto with the 3x optical, and then we also have our, this should go up to 10 times, yeah, 30 times digital zoom as well too. And then you also do have on here 12 megapixel ultra wide. It can shoot an 8K 24 and 30. And then you also have a 12 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 60. Beautiful pictures on here. Like I said, I can't notice a difference from this in the S24, but I'm gonna put it in like more situations. But yeah, you're only missing the zoom quality. Like I'm sure if you do the, you know, 10 times, 20 times zoom, that's when you'll start to notice a difference in quality. This phone does have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery with 25 watt charging on here, and then wireless and reverse wireless charging is on board. And yeah, so battery life so far has been really good on this phone. I'm really impressed just looking at the you know, how it drains, and honestly I haven't even given it enough time to really recognize you know, my usage and stuff like that. But if it's anything like the S23, that phone was just a beast for its size. So I'm really liking these smaller phones. It really makes me want to switch to a smaller phone now. The only reason I switched to bigger phones is because of battery life. But now that the smaller phones are getting better at battery life, these things are just easier to hold, man. They're easier to hold, guys. So be sure to let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.